for creating a hand-lettered signature. So I had sought out some names on Instagram. I've got a ton here, so there'll be some here, and some of them will be in my Facebook group. But we're going to follow the same steps. We'll do a couple of different names, and I'll show you with a bigger pen and a smaller pen what that's going to look like. So let's get started. One of the great things about hand lettering is it's not so much about having a specific font or things to look a specific way. It's more about kind of embracing and embellishing your normal handwriting. And I'll be very honest, my normal handwriting is just a dumpster fire. But with a few changes, it can look really, really nice. So the first name that I have is Norma, which I super love. That was my grandma's name. So Norma, I would normally write like this. Let me grab an ink pen so it shows up a little better. All right. Let's try that again. Okay. So there's Norma. Now, to make it hand lettered, we want to make it a little bit bigger because we need to accommodate for the width of our pen. So obviously this ballpoint pen has a really skinny tip. This is a small nibbed pen. You can see it's just a little bit bigger. And then when you look at something like the dual brush pen, it's super huge. And you just want to make sure that you give yourself enough space to do what you want to do. So I'm going to take Norma and I'm going to make it a little bigger, a little taller, and also a little wider. So here we go. Now, one of the tricks here also is making sure that you pick your pen up between every letter so you can get kind of that cute bouncy style that you're looking for. Okay, so this is kind of my basic. Now, if you are new to hand lettering, the trick is, or the desired look is that any place your pen is moving from the top to the bottom, you're gonna have a slightly thicker, slightly wider line. So if you're new to this, I always go back in and I kind of color it in roughly, just so I know where my pen is going down and I kind of have an idea of where my thickness should be. If you are new to lettering, I do have an online class that you can take that will teach you all of this without the calligraphy step. So you can see here it looks a little thicker. All right, so now I'm just going to grab my pen, and you can write below it, or while you're practicing, grab a sheet of tracing paper, and we're just going to write right over the top. So this is a Le Pen Flex by Marvy, and it's a newer pen, and it is awesome. So here we go. Up, down, and up. And you can see that with every letter, I'm picking it up. This one's probably a little wider than it needs to be, so we'll also try it with a dual brush pen. It might be too wide. Trying to let this dry. Just a fizz before I run my hand through it. Yep, smudged. But, so you have this cute little look. All right, let's try the dual brush pen, also in the blue. So I'm just going to scoot this up so I can trace it again. Scoot that back a little bit. All right, here we go. The other thing I love is with the tracing paper, you just scoot it over a little bit. If you need a little more room. And there you go, you've got a cute little hand lettered Norma. All right, so let's do a couple more. Let's see. All right, next on my list is Carly. So again, that's how Carly looks in my regular handwriting, not super cute. So we'll extend a little bit. And I think that's going to be just about the right spacing for a smaller nibbed pen. See, it's a little bit it's a lot smaller than Norma. Just add those quick little reminders in. And with names like Carly, when you've got the Y, you also have an opportunity to really kind of flourish and add a little bit of extra in. So we'll go pink for Miss Carly. Here we go. Oh, this hand I've smudged all over these other papers. Part of that lefty magic. The other trick with tracing paper is you don't have to trace it exactly, but it is nice to have kind of a guide and a starting place. Sometimes I find that if I'm trying so hard to copy exactly that I lose kind of the flow and the smoothness of my letters. So if it's just a guide and it's just like a reminder of where I'm supposed to be, and sometimes that helps. All right, let's keep going. Veronica. So let's see. Here's my regular Veronica, so we want to scoot it out. So I make my V's two different ways. Sometimes with like a little up here, or you could go the traditional way. So, and I'll do in pink, and ooh, I've got two blues. I'll do it in both blues so we can see it really well. And the nice part about this hand lettering is, again, because there's not a particular font that you're looking for, you can personalize it so it looks like your handwriting, more or less. So choosing like these little differences in the style, whether your V is up and out or around and over, that's a great way to kind of personalize it and make it your own, and make it feel authentic to you. One of the things I really love about hand lettering as opposed to like a formal calligraphy look is being able to walk through like Hobby Lobby, specifically Hobby Lobby in the home decor department, and you can tell like, oh, I know who lettered this and I know who lettered that because it looks like they're writing, and that to me is what makes it really special. All right, let's see. Kelly. We'll do Kelly. Oop. I'll scoot this over here. I'll scoot it up a little bit, sorry. Let's see. And you'll also notice that these are all lowercase. I prefer writing in lowercase with my hand lettered font. So let's make Kelly a little bigger. We'll use the larger pen here. Let's see, we'll do Kelly in pink. Scoot it up a little more. Let's see. And you could, I mean, you can certainly write in capital letter fonts. I just like my little ones. This is the Tombow dual brush pen. It is very squinky, but you get a great thick line. It's also very, very juicy, so lefties beware. All right. So I've got a couple more here that I'll do. So scoot this out of the way, let that dry for a minute, and we'll go to town. So I'm going to grab my little cheat sheet of names over here. All right, Jolene. Oop, no, I managed to get pink all over it. All right, let's try that again. Here we go. And we'll give that a good dot. I'm always curious to see other people's names. It's funny, my mom growing up used to say, and this is such a silly rule, but I always think about it still, that a good girl's name has an up letter and a down letter. So you, like Kelly has 3 ups and a down. But I always look for that, and now that I'm a calligrapher, I always find it looks so balanced. But all names are awesome, no matter what. Whether you've got up letters or down letters. And actually that's a little far apart, so I'm going to scoot this back in. That's the great part about tracing paper. You can just move it all around. Jolene. Alright, next up is Therona. Therona. And with that TH, we're going to do kind of a big flourish. I have some hard and fast rules on flourishing. With any of these things, I have also a free mini class, and day 5 is all about flourishing that you can register for on my website. It's called Be a Better Letterer. then it's just a couple of tips and tricks that get sent to you, like I think it's 5 days. So alright, and then we'll do a nice big flourish across the top. Ooh, that's super cute. Girl, I like that name. Alright, now I've got 3 more on my list. This is a beautiful name. I like the way the letters are really balancing here. Alright, let's see. Here I'm going to switch to a new sheet of tracing paper. I'll have to put my whole arm through that one. We'll do another thin one. We'll do this magenta. Light up, heavy down. That's a little close. Alright, scoot it over. I think the spacing is the hardest thing going from pen or pencil to the brush pen. Getting your spacing right is the most challenging part, because you just don't normally write with a large gap. You don't normally have to accommodate for all the extra space that you need, and that's not just for signatures, it's for writing quotes or anything like that. It's an adjustment. Let's see, I'm gonna space that out a little more. C-H-I-N-H. Alright, we'll go big pen for this one. Alright, let's see. Get that in nice and tight. And with the teal. Oops, scoot it over. Alright, and my last one, Andrea. Let's see. I'll put you in here. And you know, for Andrea, I will do a capital letter. So you can, got my up and my down, and across. Even when I'm doing that practicing, I'm still picking my pen up between each of those letters. It's a good habit to get into. It makes it easier when you switch over to the brush pen. Alright, that little thickness added in, and we'll end on the Oriental Blue from Le Pen. I love these snappy little pens. I just got them a few weeks ago, and there's a full review coming for them, I promise, and a blog post. I don't like the way that looks. Alright, let's try it again. Alright, here we go. Light up, heavy down. Better. I wonder if I would like it better with a lowercase a. Let's see. I like that better. So isn't it funny that there's nothing wrong with the first two. I just like the styling of the last one better. I think these downstrokes are getting wiggly. Not sure. But play around with it. Play around with adding your capitals and your lowers, your styling, spacing it in or out. The different styles of the letters, like the V's here. All of those things are really going to help you create something that's dynamic and personable and specific to you without feeling just inauthentic. So I hope that helps. If you've got a question, you can drop it down on the comments. I do have another handful of names that I'm going to do in a Facebook Live in my group on Facebook. It's Leslie's Letterers. So you can check it out. It'll be saved in the video in the group, and you can check it out if you were hoping your name's in there too. So thank you guys for watching, and go get your letter on.